Isn't this just terrible, you guys? How amazing is this? So let me turn around. I'm going to just have service. Good morning. Well, it's morning here in California, but wherever you are. A couple of thoughts I wanted to share on my little vacation here out in this ridiculous, awesome experience that I'm having. So I'm in a house with a bunch of people, really passionate people, motivated, successful people, all really strong personalities, including myself. I'm just going to sit here at the edge of the pool real quick while I live stream. And I've needed to kind of step away from the group once in a while, and I just wanted to chat about that because it's really important that you, in a group full of people, whether it's clients or, you know, a social outing like this one where you're with a bunch of different energies, right? You want to be really aware of your energies, and I think, you know, knowing what you contribute to a mix of, or like an oversaturated market, or so this, okay, let me just clarify. This realization that I'm having works for business and personal, right? So it's just being self-aware, knowing the energy that you're adding to the group, right? So I became extremely aware of, you know, the kind of energy that I'm adding to this group, and I notice, like, if I have a dip in energy, that the quickest way to avoid just wiping myself out completely is to just remove myself from the group, right? So when I remove myself from other people's energy, I'm left to be able to cycle out any negative that I have going on or tune into whatever voice I have in my head, right? Because when everyone's chatting and there's so much going on, I can't hear myself think, right? So, and see, now there's more people coming out to hang out. So I'm just going to walk into the corner a little bit. And it's just like, if you have to remove yourself, you just do it, right? And it's really about cultivating the sort of confidence to remove yourself, right? And not be like worried about seeming weird, that you're just walking out of the room, or, you know, giving like the, what is it, the Irish goodbye where you just leave? Or is that the opposite where you have to kiss everybody goodbye? I can't remember, but you've got to take responsibility for your energy, what you're adding, and just leave if you have to leave, or get food if you need food, or whatever it is. And it's the same thing in any situation. I think there have been times in the past where I've burnt out because I've stayed too long at a party, was worried about, you know, what someone would say, or stayed too long on a call that I knew was draining me and wasn't a fit, right? So whatever it is that might be draining you, cultivate the self-awareness that your energy is the most important thing that there is. It really is, because your energy is what creates the value, right? For your clients, for your friends, for your relationships, for your health. So if you let your energy dip and you let that run out, you've got nothing, right? This is where, like, you know, health is wealth, because everything comes down to how you are managing your resources, your energy, your time, your money, your relationships. All of that needs to be managed, right? And one of the biggest things that I'm managing in a house full of people right now out in California, this gorgeous setting, look at what's behind me, holy moly, is, you know, my need for space and my triggers, my ego triggers, right? So just being very sensitive to picking up other people's energy and making sure that the inner voice that I have in my head stays strong enough, right? Because when the volume outside of me is super high, so there's a lot going, a lot of like kinetic energy around me, like it's very easy for me to lose my center, lose my message, lose my core. And, you know, that goes on with any saturated market in business. So, with business and personal, right? Like, it's really important that you come back to your message. Now, one way to do that in your business is make sure that when they're making fun of me for live streaming, but look, you just got to be who you are, right? So one way to do that in business is when you wake up in the morning, the first thing is not to saturate your head and consume material and read a bazillion emails and hop into Facebook groups posting and reading, and, you know, don't get all into that yet. the first thing to do is tune into the conversation with you and spirit, with you and your mind, with you and yourself, with you and your energy, your resources. How are you going to spend them each day? Because that is the ultimate decision that is going to separate you from being successful or being burnt the F out, right? So if you're managing all of your time, all of your resources, all of your, what you're putting in your body, what you're doing every day, then you are going to find success in all areas of your life, right? So make sure you prioritize that, because it's everything. It all comes down to tuning into that inner dialogue. And if you let everything around you, if you're eating bad food, that dulls out your sensitivity to that. If you are filling your time with just busy work, all of those decisions that you make throughout your day are going to be the thing that take you down and burn you out. So first thing in the morning, tune into spirit. Make sure you meditate no matter where you are in the world, what you have going on. And make sure you come back to yourself. This is all about coming back to yourself. You can't possibly live soul purpose if you're not tuning into your core, what's in your heart, right? You cannot cultivate your message and have an impact in the world if you're letting everything around you just kind of push you around, and you end up becoming a drifter, right? You end up in life where it's like, how did I get here? Instead of having this like strong inner guidance and inner force driving you forward, directing you, and informing your next decision at every point. So if you ever feel like I'm stuck and I don't know what to do next, it's because you've kind of disconnected yourself from being in tune with spirit. So coming back to that, and whatever that means for you. Now for me, it means stepping away from the group and getting some quiet time, right? Going for a run, exercising. It means eating really good, even if people are just like pounding beers and eating chips, because I know if I take part in any of that, my message is dulled. My awareness is dulled. My energy is dulled. I'm not vibrant and beautiful and amazing and, out to inspire. I just become someone who's consuming, right? Consuming food, consuming, material, consuming whatever. It just becomes this thing where instead of producing value, I'm just taking it in and taking it in. And that is not the equation for wealth, okay? The equation for wealth is to be the source, be the place where all of that emanates from. And you can only do that if you're coming from spirit. You can only do that if you're connected to your soul and your message and your core and your soul purpose and living in that flow. So I'm going to get back to hanging with these guys. This was the perfect break that I needed to connect with you guys. Thanks for joining me live. I see a couple people on here. Awesome. Any questions before I hop off? I'm not seeing questions. Well, post questions. I'll come back to this and check on it in a little bit and answer if you've got questions about how to connect to spirit and avoid burning out, how to stay true to your message, and how to not get caught up in any kind of hype, no matter what is going on, no matter where you are, who's around you, and all that kind of stuff. That kind of throws us off track from time to time. All right, have an awesome day wherever you are, and I will talk to you soon. Rise up. Bye, guys.